It's a very good evening to you. Have yours with Mrs. Join us live right now. It's my.com. You can hear the sound of my voice. My name is Simba Chikanza here. Coming to you very late in the night. It's about 9:45 in the night. Kingdom. Don't know what time it is where you are. Doing a short, quick news review here and connecting with our viewers, readers, and listeners out there. Many who have not had interaction with me for a while. If you can hear the sound of my voice over there, just tap the share button and let someone know that Simba Chikanza is live and would like to interact with a few people here over what's been happening around in the country, in the news. But also at the same time, some people are asking, where is Simba Chikanza today? What is he up to? And some people have tended to give Simba Chikanza a tag. Mukomana wema sports uya uya. Ari kuitei, ari kupi. And some have also suggested that when Simba Chikanza is quiet, Simba Chikanza anakanyarara, pane zvimwe zvaanenge achitoronga ipopo. Chazongeri kana tamuona Simba Chikanza amuocean kana kuti akudzura Titanic kuburitsa mvura. Tobva tashaya kuti ariwana kupiko simba rekusumudza Titanic kamufana kepadarwin ngekumaprazi uko. Right, this is just bits and pieces, and some of the I get the tags that people have tended to identify the person, the lad who is speaking, who's connecting to our viewers witnesses right now. Please type in the comment box right there. I can't see anyone. I can't see any comments. Now they're starting to pop up. Violet, how you doing? Where have you been? I'll tell you where I've been. I've been somewhere very, very far. But you know me, when I'm quiet like this, my quietness is usually synonymous with something that is happening. Am I wrong, Violet? Yeah, that is just how it has been. Sometime last year, there was a time when I just went blank, totally blank for several months. And people were saying, look, where are you? Where is Simba Chikanza? What is he up to? Until the day they suddenly saw me right inside Africa. Liton, yes, this is live. I'm live. Simba Chikanza is live. I can even give you a link here that you can come in and then we can connect. We don't news. Let's connect in the news. Yes, I'm live. We are live right now. If I want to give you the time, it is 9:48. It is 10:48 in Harare, in Lawayo, while in the UK we just it's just 1 hour behind. Okay, so I was saying there was a time in 2023 when Simba Chikanza all of a sudden just totally disappeared. And people had no clue where this fella was. For several months, it appeared as if Simba Chikanza has abandoned his job. And ajazikane kuti arikupi. Where on earth is Simba Chikanza? Ronald Makamahadze, how you doing, brother? Muri say. Okay, if you can hear the sound of my voice, please let me know. Please let me know if you can hear the sound of my voice. If you want me to use a microphone, maybe that will be better. I can also try to do that if that makes sound better. Please let me know. I'm going to try and just test here. Where on earth is Simba Chikanza? Ronald Makamahadze, how you doing, brother? What say. Okay. So I'm going to try here a small trick, okay? Hoping that this can help to improve our sound. Please let me know. Is the sound better now? Tell me, please. Is the sound better? I've just improved. I just got on a microphone, connected a microphone. Where on earth is Simba Chikanza? Okay, right. Okay, someone says I'm loud and clear, but I had to just improve a little bit of my sound. I'm going to try here a small trick. Okay, so here we go. Hoping that this can help to improve our sound. I've just done this right, so here. Is the sound better now? Tell me, please. Does it sound better? I've just improved. I just got on a microphone, connected a microphone. Where on earth is Simba Chikanza? Okay, right. Okay, someone says I'm loud and clear, but okay, so I think my sound is perfect now because I've gotten myself on the microphone. Tonight I'm gonna be going bang, 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 bang. I want to do this quickly, short and sharp. Okay, and just connect with our viewers with this. So I was just talking about here, but me one time just disappearing, and that was in 2023. for several months and appearing as if I totally vanished. And then all of a sudden, on one afternoon, when people were voting, people actually seen on the ground, right on the ground, right in the middle of election. Simba is there exposing one of the gold mafias who was behind the cover-up of the money that was stolen from our country, the money and the gold, and that is going to Dubai. And that was literally live, by the way. So people were saying I'm not live, and really live. The same way you saw me right on the 23rd of August when I was live inside the Levy Mall, filming the SB Moyo of Zambia by the name of Harry Kalaba, who had cover up, who had shot a video to cover up the. It's the same way that I'm live tonight. Okay, so I'm going to try and be quick, folks. Right. I think people, as I'm proceeding, people are also going to understand why I have been I've been quiet. I'm hoping that I can go to the bits and dribs of what that is. Yeah. So here we go. Here we go. Where is the picture? So there's this picture today of Nelson Chamisa that he posted with Emerson Mnangagwa. I'm hoping that I can put it up on the screen. Where is it? Oh, come on. Is it there now? I've selected it. I've selected it. And I think I've put it here. Is the picture on now? Please let me know. Yes, there it is. So we've got it there. So there's this picture that Nelson Chamisa posted, and he's talking about time. A lot of people have interpreted it using various descriptives. And to some, they feel that maybe this is an indication that Chamisa is about to join Mnangagwa. But yeah, so in this picture, there are 4 people, right? Two of them are Laxton BT, so Laxton and Emerson. And Laxton has just pulled off from politics. Laxton is the man who sabotaged Nelson Chamisa, together with Welshman Nube and Sengezo Chavangu in the IPU condemned recalls. And then Emerson Mnangagwa, so they are sat right? And then this other side, there are 2 individuals. Their name is Sydney and Nelson. Sydney and Nelson are the 2 favorites of the legitimate president of this country up to 2017. Robert Mugabe favored Sydney and Nelson. Robert Mugabe actually handed over the scepter, the keys of the country to these 2 lads, Sydney and Emerson. Sorry, Sydney and Nelson. Okay. Emerson and Laxton varugo siena now ngagare go vakagare kwavo. What is this trying to say here? Times change. Nguva dzinochinja. Next time you see me broadcasting live at the center of First Street and you wonder how on earth did this guy who is banned in Zimbabwe fly into Zimbabwe? How on earth is he freely operating? How is he now running ZBC and Herald, all of them at once? How is it? That is what we call times have changed. On the 13th of August, 2021, Edgar Lungu was still president of Zambia, and he was powerful, and he had deployed the army against Hichilema on that day. And I called him with a cell phone with a broken screen, with only £50 credit. I exposed the president of a country with a cell phone that had just £50 credit, live on camera. He's no longer president, and he's not coming back. The times change. The same person who threatened me on a live broadcast in the 26 minutes that I was live on Facebook on that morning, today, he is loitering the streets of Lusaka, The times change. Same person who deported a lot of people, who worked hand in hand with Emerson Mnangagwa, was horrifying. He killed a lot of people in Zambia, terrorized the entire citizenry of Zambia. Today, he is no more. Just through a cell phone. Simba Chikanza did not need to get into Lusaka to Zambia to do it. He did it right here on this broken screen with just 50 pounds. Some of you have wasted thousands, some tens of thousands on scammers, believing that these scammers are going to bring fortunes to you. I only used 50 pounds, 50 quid to bring the keys of State House in Lusaka in Zambia to its citizens. Did I use an army? Huh? Did I use anything special? Did I use money? No. I used something very simple. The times change. Nguva no change. Right. So picture yero kairo pane zvariri kutaura. Amuziona here zviri kuitika pala. Mamaona munofunga kuti vane masimba. Havana masimba acho. Right. I'm gonna need to try and get just need to get change my sound settings. My apologies. I'm just changing my sound settings because I think things are going to change here. A few things here. So the times have changed and the times will change. Right. Does anyone agree with me there? Costa Rusambo, hearing, okay, thank you very much. Both. Yeah, the times have changed and the times will change. Okay. Always. There is no way you are going to go back to your primary school where you used to walk on tenderfoot shoes and you would have to beg for meals and all that. There's no way you're going to go back there. It's true. And some of you there, you may never ever see the cattle that your grandfather left you. Why? Because the times change. So that's the picture there. What do you hear? What are you hearing in your ears? What's popping in your mind, folks? Tell me. My apologies to those who have not been seeing Simba Chikanza for a while. Right. One thing that I want to assure you is that I haven't abandoned my job. Number one, Simba Chikanza hasn't changed an inch. Those who have been threatening me, those who have been trying to kill me, I'm going to give you some names today. Okay? Who've been trying to do it. It's not going to change anything. If there's anything, I'm actually going to improve and become better and bigger and more efficacious for my people, for our people, for the citizens, and bring the best news service ever, 7 times better than I've done in my entire career. This year, it's going to happen this year. Kana uchibvuma nazvo, kana uchizvida, sunza ruoko rwako kuti Simba Chikanza, pisa masports, famba nemasports. Right, Jonathan McIntyre, thank you very much. Yeah, I know you've not been seeing me. That's why I'm updating you right now about what has been happening. There are people who have been trying to kill me. When you see Nelson Chamisa quoting Bible verses, some people they're good at mocking. And they'll say, Chamisa, all he does is quote Bible verses. Oh, this and that and that. Have you ever been in Chamisa's shoes? Have you ever had a cup of tea with Chamisa in his home to understand what goes on around him? Well, tonight I'm going to share with you my experience. I'm not Chamisa. I've never been in politics, and I will not be in politics at any time. But hear me. What I'm saying is, I'm going to share with you my experience, but may give you a peep into what happens behind the scenes. What these men and women that sometimes you mock experience on a day-to-day basis, some which I personally have experienced. So I'm going to share with you briefly. We're talking about that picture, and now I'm going to move. Tawanda, thank you very much. So, folks, quickly, I said the times, the times have changed and the times will change. Like this. I see a group of people who are also good at orchestrating misery. They will sit there and they'll wake up and they're always planning horror against other people. So they will sit there, they will mechanize, they will send threats, they will sit on the internet and to learn ways, Zekurakashavanu and the like, and just try to make things horrible for others. And they say, look, we're also good at orchestrating misery. They will sit there and they're always, with a wake up, they're always. So these individuals, what they don't know is that the times will change. Look at this, look at this. Sydney Sekramai and Nelson are the only two characters in this whole country who were legitimately handed over the keys of the country by the president, the legitimate president of this country. In 2017, Robert Mugabe. And where are they today? The times change. You could easily say, Chamisa and Sydney lost it. Right? And you could be right. Why? Because the times do change. Yeah. There was a time when Sydney Sekaramai was a big person in this country. He was also part of the Guguraundi cover-up back in the early 80s. Him and Emerson Mnangagwa. And there was a time when he was supposed to take over the country, but the times changed. Around that time in 2017, there was a bodyguard of Robert Mugabe's. His name was Gulube. He sent me a threat and told me that something was going to happen to me. I sent him a text message, and I think I still have that text message. I said, look, what you're trying to do to me, it can easily happen to you. Because you yourself, you don't even own an underwear. It didn't take weeks. That guy was caught and he was beaten up. He's the only Mugabe security man who came with a bludgeoned head. That is what easily happens, and that is what Mr. Emerson Mnangagwa also needs to know. The times can change at any time. Don't burn bridges. Don't hate people. Don't victimize people, because the very same people who you are attacking, one day you might need to call me, Emerson. You might need to call Jane there. You might need to call Jackson, who lives across the road in Zemlevy or wherever. Emerson, if you're watching me, I'm talking to you, Emerson. Iwewe Dambudzo, iwewe Flupeko. Mangwana chaiche unozvinogona kuomera uchada kuzofonera umwe munhu woti Burundi. There was a dictator weku North Africa who ended up going on live video just like as I am right now, and he started screaming out, help me people, help me, they've done this. A whole president going on live video crying for help from the world, the very same world that you've been standing away from, the very same people who you have been oppressing, stealing their gold, stealing their money. Today, you are the one who is on the other side of history, begging for help. So the times can change. That is the significance of that picture. What are you hearing there? Tawanda, Jonathan, what are you hearing? In your ears, what are you seeing with your eyes when you look at that picture? All these four men, there's nothing special about them, including Nelson and Sydney. There's nothing special about them. They are just human beings of a country who can easily be tomorrow under me or above me at any time. So if I treat them badly, if I treat Emerson badly, yeah, tomorrow it could be me who needs Emerson. And that is the topic. That is why we're on here. Okay. The times can change so quickly. Right. Just going to try and get a drink as well. I think I need, where is, yeah, here we go. My apologies, folks, for drinking on camera, but we're talking, so around it. Okay. Thank you. What's it, Chikumba? I'm in the kitchen. And I'm sorry that it offends you that I'm in a kitchen, but well, I can do my programs at any place sometimes, even in the street or wherever. I just have to be comfortable. That's the bottom thing, isn't it? Okay, so quickly, folks. They tried to kill me. Okay, I'm now talking to our people now. Ultimately, an incident happened. It's not one, there are many. It started on the 10th of August last year, 2023, 2 days before I'd flown to Lusaka, to Zambia. I had a group of men who were predominantly white, most likely all white British, try to murder me, try to kill me on the night of the 10th of August. In a fashion, I'm going to try and put my microphone down so that people can hear me better. Please. My sound is better now. So I think this is the most important part here. So people know, just people get to realize where I have been. Simba Chikanza. Why is it that he's operating in the way he is? Why is it? Okay, is my sound better now? I'm hoping that it is better. Okay, so quickly, folks. I had a near-death experience on the 10th of August, 2023. This was the first incident. There have been several, okay, of men, predominantly men, who are being sent or who are loitering around, stalking me. But in this case, I was about to be killed or abducted or both by a group of white men who were in a car, and they did a high-speed chase on me. In a street near my home. It was about just 300 meters or so from my home. Late at night, I was just taking a walk, outside. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't I? I mean, this is an area that I've lived for a very long time, running into 15 or so years now. So I hear a car is racing from behind me. And then immediately my senses told me something is dodgy here. Then they stop, and then they just scream, said, "Hey!" So immediately they said something, I can't remember what it was, but immediately my antennas, okay, became up, and then I started running now behind. I was thought I could go front or I'd go behind. I tried to go front, and the car started. Then I decided, let me go behind. As I was sprinting now, I didn't know it. I couldn't go. I couldn't get home because home was a bit further on. They had a car, so they could easily just drive. But so my only salvation was looking for an enclosure that I could find. And I started looking for houses that are nearby. I started pacing. My name is Chikanza. In the language, my surname, it actually means kukumanya, so running, or kufamba, in this case, pacing. So I started playing the Chikanza way. But quickly, I'm going to do it, say what I'm saying in a summary here. I experienced an attack against me on that day that is similar to the same attacks that Vice President Constantino Chiwenga and the military in Zimbabwe have been unleashing against members of the civil society who I have been reporting for and to, and sometimes have been acting in a capacity that is almost like a representative, like a lawyer, advocacy, once or twice in the courts. And the type of attack against me was exactly similar
to what Vice President Constantino Chiwenga is on record, published record, as having been advised by an activist who is called Hopewell Chingono in the public domain to destroy evidence and to do what he called avoid tension or reduce tension. I'm using verbatim his exact words. So the advisory to Chiwenga and to the military has been to go after the civil society that I've been reporting to. I am the face of the Zimbabwe civil society in the media and partly in the courts as well. So when Emerson Mnangagwa is announcing that we are now going after the lawyers and the doctors who are treating the protesters, I am right at the top of that block when he's announcing this, at the back of advice or directions that he has been given by a man called Hopewell Chingono. I'm going to put that in writing here so people can get the context. Here is the text. So over there, I think people can see now. I'm hoping that it is clear. 30 August 2021. I am the one, this is what he said there. I'm the one who suggested to VP in the meeting that government should meet with the diplomats regularly. More important, I suggested that government should meet with the civil society regularly to avoid tension and suspicion. I did so because I wanted a better Zimbabwe. At that time, he was being accused there of sending soldiers or directing soldiers to civil society, including their tortured victims. And it is advice that had Emerson Mnangagwa boast later on that this is our new method of dealing with the civil society. Taakuvaendera madhokta iwawo anenge achitreata vanhu, taakuvaendera maloya iwawo. Lawyer rachona ndini inini, ndini munhu lawyer in that case, ndini like even though I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just saying ndini, I'm perceived as one. And ndini wachona ndini chiso civil society yaari kunyora iyoyo. People know that for over 6 years, that is what I've been doing, and I continue to do. Just a few months ago, I've just exposed a man called Sengezo Chamango. That's what I've been doing. So the type of attack yakaitika kwandiri on that night was exactly similar. Number one, to accuse them of possessing arms. I'm going to get there. I was told later by officers who attended the scene that these young lads were after me because they were accusing me of stealing a dog, number one. Number two, you're accusing me of possessing several knives, not one knife, but several knives, mapanga. So the type of violence that was coming against me was the type of violence that would be commensurate or would be at the level of someone who is being accused of possessing not one knife but several knives. So people can just imagine, you can use your imagination to understand what was going to happen to me on that night. Yeah. If someone says that and manages to convince the police that they genuinely believe that that person there has got knives, that person could easily kill. And they can go and explain in court and just say, well, we genuinely believed, or I genuinely believed, that this person had knives, not one knife, but several knives. I hope this is making sense, folks. Got over 500 people watching. predominantly on Twitter. Okay, so I was going to be killed on that night. Fortunately, a neighbor whose property I'd gone into opened the door, and as soon as those youths noticed that I'd woken up this family, they started retreating, continued screaming, but started retreating. And then when they noticed that I'd called for the police to be sirened, then they fled the scene. But it is the detail that I got from the officers that made it very clear to me that the type of accusations here, they are exactly the same copy. It's a template. It's exactly the same template that has been used against the women who were raped in 2018, 2019, and in other periods, the men who were shot dead, and Chiwenga and Mnangagwa were told by Hopo Chingono to go and meet them regularly. Go and mashikirei. So people need to be able to understand that. I'm not using my own words. I'm using exact verbatim. These are his words. Meet them. Civil society regular to avoid tension and suspicion. By the way, the vice president was the military minister. He was the minister of defense. So the military minister is being told to go and meet the army and civil society. How do you say it differently? I mean, these exact words. So that very same copy, that same method of targeting members of the civil society, accuse them of possessing arms, and then you effect violence on them, you kill them. Through that, you destroy evidence. And by the way, on that day, it was the 10th of August, was just 13 days before the elections. So you can imagine what was the idea there. Remember the previous election, the role that I played to expose this corruption in the previous elections, how successful I was. Remember, running into the Motlante Commission, running into the Serbia interview of Jacob Mudenda, all those things that I did back then. So whoever was doing this, the agenda was to stop me from doing what I've been doing as the face of the Zimbabwe civil society. And the only person who has admitted to giving new ideas to Chiwenga and Mnangagwa is this man here, Mamurukwana Up, when concerns are being raised that he has sold the addresses of torture victims to Chiwenga, to the army, then he admits there that he is the one, says he is the one who told Chiwenga the government is really military. The military should meet with civil society regularly. So I'm giving you a background here. It was quite scary. I'm sure you can understand. And there was the way they do these things, even outside the country, is such that evidence is never found. Like in this case, it was never going to be found. If something had happened to me, if I had been killed or abducted, maybe gone and buried somewhere, who was going to find out what has happened to me? Who was going to investigate? So soon after that, I informed my colleagues, okay, and I informed also the security in Zambia, the country that I was about to travel to, and to notify them, because it wasn't clear at first who exactly was behind this. Because you see, what the mafia do, when they do their thing, they do it in such a fast way, such that it can take you time to understand. So, fortunately, they were not as fast. Vakaita chinono or chingono.
right? Ndikamba ndaitawo chikanza chispeed ndikaitawo chispeed. But let me tell you something, Zimbabweans. They're trying to frighten me. They think that I will leave the area. They think that I will leave the city that I live. Andisi kuzobvako. Amazvinzwa. Ndoda kuratidzai pin yangu izvo ndokuratidzai pandiri right now. Vari kufunga kuti even you men who have been sent by these fraudsters, you must know kuti andisi kuzobvako. Achatanga kufa ndimi. Anotanga kufa ndiwe. Because inini ndinoshandira vanhu, ndoshandira varombo. Waibata, waiziva. Ndakadzidziswa naGreat Medical Language ikayo. Waiziva. Ndoshandira varombo inini. Saka hazvimbondinetsi. Because mweya yevarombo iyoyi inongokudhila newe. Waiziva. You know, dramatically, a few days later, these same fraudsters, they would see that, oh, the same person that they were hoping to have killed is now at the center of Lusaka, finishing my sports ekugadzira nyika. Abata gold mafia palusaka po pam my sports. Yeah, folks, I talk as if I'm, but I'm just saying, people, you should understand. When you see men and women like Vana Nelson Chamisa now quoting Bible verses, you need to know what goes on around them. Zvinenge zvakaringana nawo zvavakafesa hazvisi zvidoko. Unogona kutsvedzeswa just like that netumbavha ututi netuma-insects ututi. Ndiri kutotaura ipapa sezvandiri kutaura sezvazviri izvozviso.
Times change. Matimes anochinja. Ndichasangana nawo one day vakomana ivava. Shanduko yapo. Ndichasangana kumberiko kumasports. Nyika yapo ndozovatika ndimaifunga kuti ndichafa. Zvinhu zvashanduka. Maifunga kuti muchandiuraya. So Zimbabweans, I'm just letting you know I'm safe. And I'm continuing. And at this time, handisi kuita kabasa kemhanga. Pane kagiya andofamba. Izvozvo pane tori neimwe 25 million so 25 meter and ndakainvestigata izvozvi so yakabiwa nevamwe vanhu vamunoziva achatauri mazita izvozvi so. Are you one of those people? I had someone send me an audio just a few days ago telling me, Simba, I've received my refund in my bank account. And she was so crying as she was sobbing in her voice note. And they thought that they would never get their money. But Takashanda, I spent 3 years working on that. I'm 40 years, 2020. Nchishanda investigation national. 3 years until I found out where the 25 million stolen from diasporans, from women who are being lied to, that these fraudsters are buying properties, lands for them. Spent 3 years. So when you see me quiet like this, don't think Simba Chikanza is quiet. And this is my socialite. I'm not tatalicious. Anongoti pesa ngopresa live. Aiwaka. Ndinoshanda ma-investigations mamwaya ekuti anokutenderedza so anokutenderedza ndokugraft kwangu ndinonyatsoshanda nyaya and ndiyo ka-calling yangu iyoyo ndokwangu ikoko. Saka mukaona ndakanyara musafunga kuti ndakapusa. Vanofunga kuti vanondiuraya, musafunga kuti inini ndiri iza ekuna kundisaiza because hauzivi hondo dzakandiringa inini. Watumwa iwo netumbavha ututi wapuwa kamari. Unosvikepi unzi tevera Simba Chikanza, enda kwaari ita zvakadai, enda unobhadhara mari kuna nhingi unozodai. Wozoitei? Zvozonzi chii pamberi apa? Wavewo iwewo wachona iwewo wapasi petsoka dzangu, wapasi petsoka dzevarombo venyika. Unozoti chii? Uchazoti chii when the times have changed? And that is the significance of this Nelson Chamisa picture era murione. Kuti masimba anochinja. Hakuna munhu akazvagwa aine masimba. Hakuna munhu akazvagwa even aine underwear. Remind yourself that whenever you feel helpless, whenever you feel hopeless, one thing that you could remind yourself is, I came into this world with nothing. I'm leaving this world with nothing. Those people who are my oppressors, or those people who thought they could rob me, they came into this world with nothing. They're not even going to take 10 pounds or $10 of what they've stolen from me. The times will change, and the times always change. I know you my sports. But say about right, what should I do now? Ndataurisa about my near death experience. And then to end up because I need to breathe up a bit. I've got a lot of paperwork I need to do. Those who want to support me, let me know. Because pane chimwe chimbambera chiri kuyapambera apa muri kuzvinzwa maiziva chimbambera ichi hachisi chekutamba nacho maiziva hanzi waiziva waibata kudzidziswa nagreat man chitera great man social tora mavhidhiyo chinoratidza kuti aiwa Simba unitaura like this taura namazimba right waiziva waiziva kagame yacho right. So folks,
is here. This is a bit brief my commentary and just connecting with you. How is it over there where you are? Can you let me know, please? Those who came late. I just want to connect with you, and please feel free. I want to also feel your heart. So talk to me, engage me. I was just explaining there that there are people who have been wanting to kill me, who want to kill me, and say, "Oh, Simba Chikanza," because they want to destroy the evidence of my investigations. Right. So Nagoti Ndukuzai to tell people here and give them a narration of an incident that actually happened since the first one that was on the 10th of August. Right. Blessing my pastor watching from Chikanga Mutare. Right. Thank you, Blessing. I don't know what time you came in. I'm hoping that you picked up a few things there. Yeah. So that is why I had to relay that incident. I'm hoping that people are with me here. Why is Ziva? Hey, why butter? Hey. Oh dear. Right. By the way, got over how many people are following our stream here? I've got over 478 people. That's quite a chunk, right? That's a cheeky chunk here. Right. Hanzi tiri kufambira nyaya dzacho. Tiri kufambira nyaya dzacho dzekuti muraramire muri. Tiende mberi. Ding 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 ding. Tiri kufambira nyaya dzacho dzekuti muraramire muri. Tiende mberi. Right, folks. So where are we? I think I've given people a bit of a background there of what's been happening, and I'm wondering what is it that I've missed. And by the way, Jacob Zuma is going to be contesting in the ANC elections, sorry, in the South African elections. The times, another say, my times are no change. Nothing lasts. Can you hear me? Lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. Hanzi chiyapa. Hanzi ndatopinda izvozvi. Manje mapinda ndakuda kukata ngai nini. Because ndaneta manje ndachitaura pana for over an hour mukomo wangu. Ndoita sei manje? What do I do now? Ndoita sei. Poitwa sei apa. Yeah, they were trying to kill Simba Chikanza, but they failed. Yeah, they did try. Right. So this came late. You'll be able to hear about that incident, my near-death experience. I'm gonna also post it, share it on my platform on Simba Chikanza, and share it around and let people know, so that should they succeed, they're not going to succeed. But I'm just saying, people should know. The people who I serve daily should know about my life. Okay. They should know about these things. Vanofana kuziana achona vari behind sarinya iwowo. Right, ndeipi imwe nyaya ndinofanira kukomenta panapa? Ndeipi imwe nyaya ndisandakata? Which other story am I supposed to comment on, folks? Okay, and somebody Mkoma Simba. Okay. Right, okay. Yeah, so there was an incident. There have been several incidents and being attempts on my life, attempts to kill me. And the first, which was on the 10th of August last year, on the night of the 10th, when I was falsely accused of possessing arms by a group who wanted to assault me in exactly the same way that the military and Constantino Chiwenga have been doing it to the people that I have been publishing to, and sometimes even representing as to represent their views in their court cases as a power of attorney. So the same methodology that Constantino Chiwenga and the military have been operating to visit the members of the civil society, falsely accuse them of possession of arms, kill them, and then destroy evidence, having been advised by a man called Hopewell Chingono. That's exact same method is what was used. I've just put the tweets there, is what was used against me on that night. I'm hoping that it will show up on the screen. Okay, so that is the method here. Method yachona iyo. Just gonna leave it like this briefly so people to get familiarized with. So that's the method that was used there. Falsely accuse me and visit me, by the way, who is the face. So that's the method that was used there. Okay. Falsely. Myself being the face of the civil society in the media. I'm going to need to cut, folks. It's been wonderful connecting with you tonight. Do press the share button. Let someone know that I'm proceeding and this goes off anytime soon. Those who want to kill me. Let me cut. Thank you.